5 down, 0 to go. Wow. You never know what the day is going to bring you. Whoever made that phrase up was a genius. You never know what you're going to wake up to. No one is exempt from anything. Good things, bad things. No matter who you are or what you've accomplished, no one's exempt from negative things happening. Not that this is a negative thing, because I don't know how this is going to pan out. But unfortunately, the Dallas Cowboys had to actually make a move today. Actually, I guess this is 3 moves they've made since I've made my video. I've said this before. I think that they watch my videos, because right after I made that video about the Dallas Cowboys, why is the fan base so upset? Because we're not making moves. Y'all should be used to this by now. We hadn't made a move since Dion in free agency. The minute I dropped that video, the Dallas Cowboys signed linebacker Eric Kendricks. Veteran linebacker Eric Kendricks. Said he was kind of debating between us and the 49ers. Right at the last minute. I think he chose the 49ers at first. I would have. Shit. I don't know why the hell he came here, but you know, it is what it is. But right at the last minute, he picked the Cowboys. I guess because he's familiar with Mike Zimmer, his scheme. At least that's what I read. That's what I heard. But the Dallas Cowboys released 2 players today. Wow. Michael Gallup and the tackling Dutchman, Leighton Vander Esch. I saw this one coming. This is one move I can say that I saw it coming. They said it was, they kind of made the decision actually back when we lost it. It actually helped them make the decision when we lost against the Packers, in the playoffs. Let me talk about Michael Gallup first, just real quick. This is just my opinion of Michael Gallup overall, at first, or what I thought he was going to be. I thought Michael Gallup was a Dez Bryant type receiver where you can just throw it up and he'll go get it. He was that guy. He wasn't just an amazing route runner. He was always that guy on 3rd and long where Dak would just throw it up and he would find a way to athletically go get the ball. I didn't say he was the next Dez Bryant. I just said he had some of those characteristics. Let me make that clear, because people get real sissified, especially in Cowboy Nation. You got to be real clear when you're talking about the Cowboys and players, because people get really sissified. So he was one of those types. I thought he was a red zone threat as well at times. He was a 1,000-yard receiver at times. His performance just kind of faded away after the injury. He wasn't utilized as much. They didn't go to him as much anymore. He was just, I don't know. Every now and then he'd make a catch or two. There were some games where I didn't even know he played. I'm like, is Michael Gallup in there? Did he play? Where's Michael Gallup? And I guess if you have to say those things, it's time to move on. I thought we could have utilized him better than we did, but with CeeDee Lamb just, making a name for himself and coming up and being our go-to guy pretty much, it was just kind of impossible. There just wasn't enough success to go around. But I thought Michael Gallup was going to be that type of guy for us. I'm pretty sure somebody will pick him up and utilize him, utilize his skills. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's still got some years left in him, and he's a fairly good receiver. He just wasn't the same after the injury. Let me just go ahead and throw that out there. I think I was in denial about Michael Gallup for a while. I thought he was just, we're just not using him right, which we weren't. There was a lot of things the Cowboys weren't doing right. So that's no mystery behind that. So it's kind of hard to really pinpoint what was really wrong with Michael Gallup. Just like Amari Cooper. Amari Cooper, he checked out, when it counted. We didn't know. Dak Prescott, he checks out too. You see what happened to him in the big games. Oh, he's a good number cruncher during the regular season, but in the big games where we need him, he checks out. So I guess we can say the same thing about Dak Prescott, huh? Is that fair? Okay. So we don't really know. I think it was pretty much a financial thing with Amari Cooper, I wish we still had him. He helped Dak Prescott's career. He saved it pretty much. Because he was a guaranteed guy that can he can get open. He was one of the best route runners in the league. So Amari Cooper could get open really quick for Dak. And Dak, he needs that type of wide receiver. Somebody that can create space and get open really quick so he can get rid of the ball. So that's why Amari Cooper and him and Dak were like that. Because Dak Prescott is one of those quarterbacks. He don't like to just throw it up. He's not like a Romo to Dez. Romo just threw it up and Dez went to go get it. Dak didn't. He's not like that. He has to make sure that you're open. His brain won't allow him to do anything else, which is scary. But anyway, that's Michael Gallup. Thanks for everything that you've done for us, bro. But we just got to move on. NFL's a young man's game. It's just time, The tackling Dutchman. We got him on a risk. He was another guy that was kind of battling injuries, even in college. So we got him knowing that one day that injury was going to be his demise. Tackling Dutchman was, I'm not going to say a great linebacker, but he was a very good linebacker when healthy. He was kind of like another Sean Lee. Couldn't get a whole season out of him, but when he was in there, you saw how impactful he was, especially with the run defense. You can tell without him in there, our run defense suffered. He was one of those guys, he would sell out. He would sell his body out. He would do what he had to do to make that tackle, to make that stop. And unfortunately, he did what he had to do, but he just couldn't stay healthy. And the neck injuries are very serious. You can't play with those. You can't play with, ask Michael Irvin, ask Daryl Moose Johnston. You can't play with neck and back injuries. They'll literally kill you, So he'll be missed. His presence will be missed, but got to move on. He was an impactful player when it came down to the run defense. I believe that we had no choice, but with Dan Quinn at defensive coordinator, we had no choice. But because of his injuries, I believe the Dallas Cowboys had to make a lot of changes in how they drafted, how they the formula of the style of defense Dan Quinn, with all the hybrid linebackers, safeties and shit, trying to get speed and all that stuff. So he was kind of part of his injuries, kind of was a part of that change. Because we didn't have any, he was probably one of the, Jabril Cox, I think he was hybrid too, but he was the only real linebacker we pretty much had. Michael Parsons is supposed to be a linebacker, but, now he's defensive end. Which is stupid to me, but a lot of things with the Cowboys are stupid to me. So there's no mystery behind that. But those are my thoughts on those two guys. These are things that had to happen in order for us to move on, to move forward so we can set up the draft. But that's all I got, guys, man. Let me know what y'all think about the, the cut in the comment section, man. Michael Gallup and the tackling Dutchman. They'll be missed, man. I think they're the last two of the 2018 draft. Yeah, they were the last two guys. We have nobody left from the 2018 draft. So that's kind of sentimental, but that's the business. That's the nature of the game, nature of the beast. And we just got to move on. It's time to move on. Now we can draft. Now they got to figure out, Tyron Smith, but he wants to come back and all this stuff, and they don't know what they want to do. And, we got to move on from Tyron Smith, too. If we can move on from the tackling Dutchman and Michael Gallup, we can move on from Tyron Smith. He's going to affect the way we draft as far as offensive line. See, the Dallas Cowboys, they think, if he comes back, they think, we're good. We got Tyron Smith. We're good. We don't have to draft. Nah, man. Go ahead and let that dude go because these fools are stupid. They ignorant. They're not going to draft. You know what I mean? They're not going to draft right if he comes back. So I think the best thing for us is go ahead and let him retire. Please, just retire, man. While you still can walk around and do things, man, with your family and stuff like that. So. But that's all I got, man. Make sure you stay cowboyed up and prayed up because you never know what the day is going to bring you. All right, your boy.